Welcome back, everybody, to Den of Necessity, where we play games in the system Blaze in the Dark by John Harper. Yeah, we're in like the second half of the season, and it was funny because Blackjack brought up right before we hit record what I was already planning on doing was, so how did hour change treat everybody?
I intentionally will stay up for that hour whenever daylight savings happens. So it forces my body to then crash again during the day. So I pretty much had Sunday was a throwaway. So that then, like, you know, by the time I woke up, which was at about like 2 in the afternoon, I was like, man, I don't want to do anything. Day's already gone. So I just didn't do anything Sunday. And then eventually went to sleep at 11 and everything's back to normal now. Except it was weird waking up and saying, wait, why is it still dark at 6? That's weird.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Rudo? How was your waking up hours of the new timeline?
Yeah, shockingly, I didn't have any issues with waking up. The only issue that I'm having is I'm coming down with something, coming down sick. So I feel exhausted all the time right now. And it just a matter of just getting through that. But outside of that, I mean, I don't like it now that it's darker later in the morning because I used to wake up in the morning for work and birds at least be chirping and the sun will be at least rising. Now it's all dark whenever I get up.
I like the dark. But yeah, no, I'm realizing this is like the third time that the time has changed. It doesn't matter which way. That has like royally messed me up. And, like this morning, so like Saturday into Sunday, I was working on something and then I looked at the clock and I was like, it was just 1:50. It's 3. Oh no. And so yeah, I was awake for that hour change, watched that when it was official, I guess. But then I had to wake up because I work for a church and so I had to go there. And then so then today, I tried to go to sleep at an adequate time, except my body's like, nope. it's still like good waking hours, and I wasn't able to fall asleep until 2 a.m. in the morning, which is right about an hour later than I normally fall asleep, which is the normal time. And so I did that, and then I try to wake up, struggle bus, and then I blink and it's 7:30 and I'm late for work.
Oops.
I'm like, yeah, I'm moving somewhere that doesn't have daylight savings.
That would be nice.
I wish I could get away with.
I'm sorry that your friends kept you up late on Saturday into Sunday.
No, I did that to myself after we stopped playing Pathfinder.
Well, yeah, but we kept you up that late.
I would have been up later if we didn't.
I wish I could use that excuse tomorrow. Unfortunately, I worked from home today, so it's like, oh,
Worked.
well, yeah, I was lucky. It's like, well, you know, even if I was late, it's like I can just flip my laptop open. It's like, oh, hey, I was here the whole time, which now means that like, oh, great. Now when I go in the office, it's like, well, you were here yesterday. What happened? I'm like,
it's none of your business. Yeah. So, all that to say, dear listeners, or viewers, is that if this episode's a little bit shorter, that's why. We sleepy.
yeah.
Or we all die.
Hopefully, this isn't like Sword Art Online where we die in game, we die in real life. But if that did happen, you guys better read those contracts that never got sent. Read all the lines. No. Oh, man. Alright, so the last couple sessions were a little bit of a doozy. And it isn't getting any easier, because now they got to go outside of their area. They have to go outside of their normal hunting grounds to go, I don't know, do a job for a dead dude. Because somebody said it was a good idea. And was also bribed with a lot of money. So,
I may have mentioned that there was a big treasure.
yeah. I realize I do this a lot more. It's like, it's a lot of money. It's like, it's not confirmed that it's actually money. It just said it was a fortune. So, but, I guess, rather than talking around it, shall we just jump right in?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm ready.
with, I think this is our normal exploratory song. And I always wonder, because I can never tell with these headphones if everything's too loud or too soft.
No, it's fine.
Oh, now I made you louder. Okay, let's turn. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, there's like two dials on these headphones, and it's just like one does overall volume, and one's like, okay, you can blend. Like, do you want more of the music or the call that you're on? I'm like, I don't know, man. I just want to hear the things. I want to make sure that I'm not screaming into the mic like I did for one session. It wasn't with you guys. It was when I didn't understand technology. But anyway, you guys, just a quick recap, were given a job by a spirit that I realized I don't even remember if I name said spirit.
Mirrors. Oh no, you did name
the person who is in the bottle, pretty much. The one in the bottle. With
just known as
Eoin.
the ghost.
Yeah. So we have them where Eoin gave a job, and pretty much you guys talk with Nyrex, and Nyrex said, okay, well, if you're gonna do this, if you're going to go and get this artifact out of the Sanctorium, we need you should probably go into this area, this underground market area, pretty much, and get some turf, but also a little bit of a standing ground to get into that area easier. And so, we're going to do some investigation rolls. And I realize every time I say investigation rolls, but we're in free play right now. You guys are gonna investigate this this area eventually. At least that's the plan and the hope, and we'll see what happens. But I realized that there's been multiple times when I would cut off your investigation early. So pretty much I'm supposed to stop your investigation when you guys start making plans, and then once plans talking starts happening, then or if it like goes on for like, it feels like you guys failed rolls, or like did you guys hit a limit on potential avenues to keep going down, we'll talk about how you guys want to hit the plan. So you guys are in going up to Brightstone. In your handouts there will be a little description in the book of it, but which your characters would know. But yeah, as I'll give like a little bit of narrative description as you guys different come in. Oh my goodness, this is loud in my ears. The song started off soft and then was said, well then, my friend, let me tell you a thing. So as you guys are making your way towards the place that you know that you have to start looking around and gathering information and just finding out like where to start making your plans, like you notice that like as you leave Silkshore and go into Brightstone, that the air feels cleaner. The thing, like the multicolored, like red and yellow and like ribbons of like crimsons and blues and pinks that of the Silkshore are not in here, but instead a more like calming glow under these bright electric lights that are all up and down the streets. the shadows that you guys would be used to in in Silk Shore, and even in your normal hunting ground in
Night market.
Is that the night market? Yes, the night market seemed to be hidden here, as maybe it has something to do with the lights, maybe it has something to do with the silver market that is bustling at all times of the day. Or maybe it's a sanctorium, where you guys know inside is where the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh resides. I found out that name today. That is canon name for what is in there. That isn't something I made up. It would have been a lot more gross. So, that's still pretty weird. But anyway, but yeah, it seems like compared to the stupor and drug-addled smiles of substance and just bad life choices that are around your canals of your where you guys set up your home. It seems like everyone is pretty much better, like not better dressed, but they're well put together and have, I don't know, like, for lack of better terminology, like this inner peace, like everything is okay, or I serve a greater purpose, as they walk down these streets in their tailored jackets and dresses. And now we bring it to our group of people, our crew, the necessary evil. The necessary evil in the home and district of religion of this area is now infiltrating. And so I ask, what would you guys like to do to gather information? Eoin, what would you like to do?
So he's gonna study this. So is it a secret market or is it the silver market?
It's not the silver market. This is silver market is it is pretty much a luxury market where like very high-end things go. Nyrex was definitely talking about an underground, like yeah.
No, that's fine. I was just making sure. Do we know like where on the map that was? I know it's like behind or near.
Well, if you wanna talk, before you do your roll, if you want to talk with Nyrex and see if you get a little bit more information, you can do that.
Eoin was just gonna go study the market, like right? So
well, he would. Okay, so we'll do this, because rather than go back and RP the whole thing, Nyrex would have told you that he doesn't know exactly where because he is unable to go into Brightstone. He's heard rumors of it being located near Rosewater. Rosewater is a river. If you guys look at the map, I'm pinging it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so it's near Hollowed Hill.
Yeah.
If you guys I'm trying to find that.
I see it.
Yep. So he's not 100% sure where, but he's like, I heard pretty much said that he's heard rumors and people say that it's well hidden, but it is connected to one of the buildings. So
okay, and we have a contact. His name's H, or their name's H. So I guess I'm either starting by meeting this contact to get more information about the market, or we know where the market is and I'm gonna go study it.
Okay.
So I'll leave that up to you. I'll let you want to do.
Well, no, yeah. Roll. You say what action you want to do, and then.
Yeah. So I want to go study the market. That's
okay. Yeah. So, or at least study the area around it to see if you can find the market.
Just to kind of like get the feel of the area. since it's new to us.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is this gonna be controlled?
Yeah, we're not in combat or anything.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
yeah, everything will, until said differently, will be controlled.
Gotcha. Let's go. We got.
Oh, that's a critical.
Hey,
Alright,
boy,
so
I'm a bright boy.
as you're standing under like one of the electric lights, I'm a bright boy. If I was a bright boy. Nah, copyright strike.
I can
so
sing it. We just can't play the actual tune.
yeah, so you're walking up and down, and like you kind of go down the Gilded Road a little bit as you go across that bridge. And as soon as you cross over the bridge, kind of you see this, like on the map, it's this like kind of weird, like corner building right here. Let's see if yeah, this.
Yeah, the
right
rhombus
here.
shaped
Yeah.
building.
Yeah. So what that is actually is like it's a whole strip of stores. But the biggest one right on the corner is this tavern / pub called I lost it. Wow, the name that just popped in my head was really gross, and I'm like, no one would go into a pub named the Fleshway. So we are going to name that something else.
I've heard worse.
Yeah, but would you really, unless it was like for content, go into a place freely?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we'll call it since it's right off of the Rosewater, we'll call it like Petal's Tavern.
That works.
A little bit nicer. They also had we'll say that the Fleshway was the original name before the Sanctorium came in, and they're like, hey, we're already getting some weird looks, so you got to change that name. And they're like, fine. So yeah, so Petal's Way, you see it there, and yeah, you go in and you see like just some very well-to-do like people that are excuse me, like some very well-dressed people, and like imagining like the barkeep robot from Passengers, like he's just got like very well-dressed, hair slicked back, just like flipping cups and doing all that stuff, and as you come in, he just sees you and just like, oh, well, welcome, sir, how are you?
Oi, I'm doing all right. I'm just here checking out the digs. What can you tell me about your establishment?
Oh, well, we get a lot of different clientele. We get from all sorts, searching for all certain kinds of things. And you know what? With your critical, I'll let you know that you know the passphrase to get into the market.
Oh, okay.
So you heard that. I'll let you make it up. So he's just like, so what can I order for you?
And so he'll order an ale, and then he so like the passphrase, you have to like order the right drink, and then you have to say the right words with it. And so he gets his ale, and then he takes a sip of it, wipes his mouth, and goes, "Ugh, this is bloody terrible, mate."
Well,
Sorry, my brain's trying to actually like make up what the actual thing is.
it's all good.
So he takes a sip. He goes,
it
"This
can
is
be
bloody
like
terrible, mate," and then he has to actually say like the phrase after that. Like,
yeah,
that's what I was like put to him, and so it's something like, "Oh, I wish you had some finer beers," or something like that, like something along the lines of like, "Oh, where do you keep the good stuff?" Basically. is the phrasing of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, Oi! You snake trying to poison me? Where do you keep the top shelf?
And then like you see his eyebrow like kind of crooks up, and he's just like, but everything in the rose is top. And he's waiting for a response.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They always put me on the spot with these things, and I'm not great at this. All right. So then,
welcome to DMing.
His response back is,
I got a fun thing you can say.
Oh, what were you gonna say, Blackjack?
I was gonna say, if you're at a bar, a fun thing you could say is like, if the rose is top shelf, you can be like, well, the roses are flat. If you're describing an ale, if the ale is flat, that could be a key word for something.
All right.
I think that could be clever.
Yeah. So his response back will be, well, everything's top shelf, but the roses are flat.
And like this wiry smile comes across his face, and he's like, yes, sir, if you would come with me. And he's just like, Jeffrey, watch the bar. And this guy's like, okay, boss. As he just kind of comes out and just like just does whatever he's doing, and he leads you back through all these sorry, try to find my notes. There it is. Like kind of through the back into like what looks like a VIP room. And he just kind of sits there, and he's just like, or he lets you kind of sit at this table, and he's just, wait one moment, and you shall be served. As he begins to exit.
And like, Eoin is just taking in everybody he can see. He's like overhearing anything that he can hear. He's getting this feel of like what this place is, who are the players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like as you're walking through and like kind of heading back, it's like all these prim and proper, like kind of looking people, and you just like, well, did you hear about the races? I heard the Aggro Crag won. The Aggro Crag! And it's just like all these like people getting all worked up and just like, I'm just imagining this like Jello bowl of a man with like a mustache and monocle with like barely fitting in his jacket, and he's just like, why, the Aggro Crag would never win in my day. Must have been rigged. As like they kind of you guys go past, and then like the room kind of gets quieter, like as you kind of heads you down this small hallway to this VIP room, and it tells you just wait 1 moment, you will be served. And yeah, so as you sit in that room and he closes the door behind him, well, he doesn't stay in the room, like he goes and walks out, closes the door, and then like a few seconds later you feel the room begin to just slowly descend, and like a minute or two later you hear like a ding as you open up and just see this large hollowed out room filled with stalls, and just like these kind of like electric lights that are still dim, but it's just like this dark room filled with stalls, lots of people like talking and deals going on, as you are now like in the market. And to roll over your critical, this random person, like this like kind of street urchin, comes up and he says, hey,
oh, there, welcome there, sir. Welcome to the Tin Alley. What can we do you for?
Sorry, I'm writing Tin Alley down.
Yes. No problem.
Oi! I hear that the Tin Alley's looking for new ownership. how do you feel about the man who runs it now?
Vale? He's fine. He's a little, a little up his own, but it's who in leadership is it?
What were you saying? I didn't hear.
Oh, did I cut out?
Oh. No. You said
who?
Were you asking me a question?
Oh no, it's just he was just stating like it was like one of those questions, just like oh yeah, when leadership isn't corrupt.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
kind of
Okay.
just that's kind of what he was saying. But he's a street urchin, and maybe everything he says doesn't come out correctly.
No, it's all
Like
good.
me.
And so he so he looks at the street urchin, and he says, "Here," and he flips him a coin. If you can be my eyes and ears, and you could find out how people are feeling about management, there's more of that where it came from.
Oh, okay, yeah. No problem. If you need me, my name is Ring. Just go and whisper.
R-I-N-G. Ring.
Oh, Ring. Man, I'm not hearing crap tonight. Sorry.
I don't know if I hit my mic settings and if I'm not.
No, it's
if I'm
not you, it's
talking
my ears.
into my mic. So yeah, so he's just like,
Yeah, my name's Ring, and if you need me, just give a holler, and word will travel to me, and I'll find you. Yeah, you're pretty easy to find there, buddy.
Oh, all right. And so Eoin just continues just to look at the stars and just kind of take in who owns each of the stars. If someone starts conversation with him, he will talk back to them, but he's really just kind of taking everything in. And while he's going, he's putting out feelers for the contact H.
Alright. So yeah, you're doing all that. I'm gonna say this is gonna be you're just gonna get the lay of the land, and so I'll give you a few things that you're gonna see, because then we're gonna have the other players kind of do some info rolls, because I think we definitely finding it as easy as you did was a huge crit. So, but yeah, as you walk through, you see the people who are just talking to you is just just different merchants and blacksmiths and just people just trying to sell you things of legal and illegal styles. When it's just this woman's just comes up and is you hear her kind of just calling, just
That's right. If you want to have a free pass into the Sanctorium, you just buy one of these. It'll get you in and out, and no questions asked. And there, you hear another person just saying, "Oh, you want your strong weapons here? None stronger than what you can get here at old Polymarts." And then there's and then you notice through all the yelling and all these calls, you see this rough-looking man just kind of rolling through. He's a couple stalls over, and it's a little bit busy, so it's you can't really get up to him, but he sticks out because he is in a wheelchair, just kind of rolling himself through. Which the wheelchair really isn't what stands out. The fact that at something gets his attention, he looks in your direction, and he has this big silver face mask that is designed like a lion, and as you see that, the crowd kind of swallows him up again, and you don't see where he went. And then but yeah, there's that person sticks out, and
But yeah, then you see like sorry, not a jeweler, but like you see like some more riffraff that kind of looks at you like a little questionable and all that stuff, and like you just begin to get overwhelmed by the amount of people just like, hey, buy our stuff. And yeah, and from there we'll we'll shift to I just realized I never opened up my notes for you guys. Veleris. What would you want to do? It's the fact that I want to go say Veleris, and I'm like, wait a second.
You said it right, Dave.
You did
It
it.
only took
I didn't
6
even need my
episodes.
notes. You shut your mouth. I'll kill your character still.
Send me to jail, Dave. Send me to jail. Let's do it.
So, yeah, Veleris, what would you like to do to find the things?
Yeah, so being that Veleris is kind of new to this area and kind of the finer things and the finer feelings of this area, and he hasn't really been here or in a place where he's felt like it's been well off and well to do. He's always lived a life that's kind of more so on the up and coming side, and more so where people who are who can not afford much often lives at. So what Veleris is going to want to do is he's going to kind of want to scope out and try to get try to see if there's Blue Coat Patrol roaming throughout the area, and exactly try to study their patterns in terms of if he does, or him and his compadres do run into any issues during their mission. Just kind of want to get the lay of the land in terms of Blue Coat Patrol, because he's known that they have had some difficulties in the past with run-ins with the Blue Coats, and he's just trying to get a firm understanding of what their patterns are like in this area and exactly what they are kind of looking out for whenever they look for suspicious activity.
Okay, yeah. Roll study. Or, sorry. Roll what you like to. You said study, so that's why I said it. I, as the GM, am not supposed to say what actions you're doing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll hunt because he's gathering information about location or movements, specifically Blue Coats locations and their movements throughout the area.
That would also make a lot of sense since you have no points in study. Okay. So, yeah, with success with a consequence. So, oh, by the way, that reminded me of something. Oh yeah, it wasn't a desperate action. I was getting rules mixed up in my head when I'm like, okay, do you mark XP for a crit? And it's like, no, that's a different system. Anyway, yeah, so you're walking through and you note, like, immediately what stands out to you is just the amount, like, you see, like, the amount of wealth in here. Like, this is one of the richest places that you can see. And, like, it's so rich that it smells different. But with all that wealth, you notice that there are tons of Blue Coat guards. That there are, yeah, they're just constantly, like, patrolling. Just look like no nonsense. They're very well armed. There we go. As they kind of go up and down the streets, and I'm gonna say with your 5 and the consequence, you maybe one of them notices you staring at them as like this small patrol kind of comes over to Veleris and just like, "Hey there, sir. What is there anything we can help you with?"
I seem to be a little bit lost. I'm looking for something to eat, and you guys seem like you would perhaps know exactly where I could go.
And he's like, he looks over at his like partner and he's just like, see, I told you, not everyone is here to cause trouble. This one just wants a food recommendation, and look at you,
Exactly.
you can certainly give him one. And the guy's like, oh, well. And it's actually that dude that Eoin saw is just like bursting out of his jacket and all that stuff, and just like kind of sweating. He's just like, oh yes, well, if I had to, I would definitely suggest down over on what's the street name? On the Garden Street, right south of the Silver Market. It's a little like mom and pop shop, but that makes the best pierogies. What was it called? It was called fried cheese.
Oh,
McCheese. There we go. Yes. Fast service. Wait staff. A little, I don't know, whiny, but still, can't get faster fried cheese anywhere else.
that sounds pretty great. And you seem like you know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go get myself some fried cheese with a little bit of powdered sugar and a little bit of pickles.
Oh, sounds yummy. I hope to see you there. Maybe if I see you there, I will treat you to something to eat, since you know you work so hard and you provide very good information.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, if you need to know about any of the foods, I'm working on a book. The best spots to eat in whatever this place is called, Brightstone.
Now, do you like to take your squad to that place?
Well, some of them do, but honestly, especially this one over here, is a little bit of a health nut, you know. So he likes to go to over down, what's that place you called? And he's like, oh, what the place over on as I move the map to see all the streets, over on I forgot it, on Garnet Road. It's a little bit south. You just then in Garden Street, but yeah, Garnet Road. It's actually a little bit healthier than fried cheese, but it's a greenery. It's called Pete's Greens, and it's while you're in there, they make oh no, it's just magical. They get all these like leaves imported, or like this like vegetables that are made from I forgot the name of the places of from Severosi, as imported, and you get some different spices from all over the place to add together, and oh no, it's like they have some weird technology where it all like kind of blends together, and oh my goodness. Okay, that's it.
That sounds delicious. Why don't you tell me when you and your squad is taking a lunch break, and maybe I can treat you all to something to eat.
Well, we can go right now.
Oh, not this very moment. I'm waiting for friends to get here. But I wouldn't mind going in a couple of hours if you have time within the next couple of hours.
Oh, yeah, we can. Well, I can wait. I don't know if Tubby over here, I can wait with the best of them, and it's just they're willing if you want to in a couple hours or so to go get lunch and do all that. But yeah, they're willing to do that.
Perfect. And bring as many of your squad mates as possible, because I want to treat the whole lot of you. You all do such great work.
Okay, let's shall we meet in Unity Park, and we shall go from there.
Sounds perfect to me.
This is great. As I'm like, okay. Oh, what was your name again?
The name is Costa.
Okay, Costa. We'll meet in Unity Park in a couple of hours.
Perfect. I'll see you then.
As yeah, they kind of waddle out.
Just a little backstory about that. Costa's one of the bounty hunters that's hunting down Veleris, because Veleris has utilized his name to kind of get him in a bit of trouble. So Costa's one to basically take him out.
There we go. Alrighty. And last but not least, unless we go for more information finding, Kai, what would you like to do?
I think Kai would probably definitely hang out at one of the bars around there. I think for story's sake, we'll not go to the same place Eoin is at. Just so that, like, you know, I don't end up interrupting anything. But I was wondering if maybe we could play out something where Kai is just kind of like frustrated with like having to actually dig for information, and instead finds a situation in which he's in a fight, and the fight can potentially present some situation. I just want to try, like, I feel like we need like heat or like something to happen. You know what I mean? I want to see, so like, I guess I want to create a situation that could like potentially be a good or bad for the group.
Okay. So what, you're gonna just kind of beat up people and see if you can find out information?
Kai needs to get the fist going.
Alright. Yeah. So roll what action you want to roll, and we'll see how that goes.
Man, I kind of want to do wreck, but I feel like skirmish is higher, so skirmish it'll be. Input value?
Just controlled.
Just
for
control standard. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So you have success with a consequence. So maybe it's a little bit later at night, and like you still have that glow from like all the lights, the electric lights. Maybe they're just dimmed a little bit. As like to not ruin people's sleep or something like that. And you see this group of people kind of come out of like maybe this tavern that you're watching. And yeah, you kind of wait as they kind of walk down the road, and like they're maybe they're over in Charmaine Street, and they're like kind of making their way, and then like one of the guys like, I'll see you tomorrow, my friends, as he kind of breaks off and kind of heads down Pier Street, and kind of into a little bit of a darker area. So yeah, so I guess, will you go after this one who's by himself?
Yeah. How far away is the other person? Have they like split off where?
Yeah, like, so here, I'll draw it on the map. But it's like, yeah, the group kind of goes down Charmaine Street, and they kind of hook a left onto Guilt, while this guy kind of comes down here. Like, kind of goes off into this alleyway to go down Pier Street.
All right, that was going to determine, because I was like, is this going to be like a call out, like direct, like you can hear me from like the next block, oi, or like oi, where it's like it is loud enough where this person should have clearly known that I am talking to them, but their friends can't hear, kind of oi. Okay, so that's what we're going for here. Just like if he's going down this alley, I'm just going oi.
Yes, hello. How can I help you?
Can I just immediately just kind of go ahead and just throw, like, get hands on the person, like, kind of like up on...
You rolled skirmish, so that's kind of what I was imagining, is that you're just beating the snot out of this random person.
Just for no reason. Well, not for no reason. So as so let's say Kai grabs him by the collar, pushes him up against the wall, and then like begins to start interrogating, but at first just starts with like a backhanded slap to the face, and just goes, "I see you and your friends had a fun night tonight."
Yeah. What is this for?
I want to know. Well, actually, you know what? If Kai's been drunk too, I can slur a little bit too. If I don't slur my own words, slur a little bit as well. You all were talking about something, and it sounded important. What is it?
Just business. Just business, man. What do you want?
Punch to the gut, and then Kai is like, "Your business is my business now. What were you? What's this business?"
Cookies?
What kind of?
I just saw you take a drink. I'm just imagining Kai's just like, really?
Yeah.
just drinking on the street.
You know what? Actually, yeah. You know what? Let's add that to it, where it's just like, whilst that's going on, just takes a sip. Because like she has pockets in her coat, so it's like the bottle. She just snuck one out from the bar that she was at. It was just like, really?
Yeah, like trying to start a bakery, man. We're just like, and I'm gonna roll fortune real quick to determine something. Okay, so yeah, we rolled a 6 on fortune. As this character is just like, yeah, and like with surprising kind of like strength, he like kind of punches you in the rib a little bit, and like. And you definitely were expecting this as he tries to get away and like kind of is like running down, like kind of knocking over trash cans and stuff, like, and it's getting a little noisy, but like he got a pretty good hit on you. Not like anything to cause damage, but
right.
It didn't feel great.
Kai is annoyed by this, but also realizing that. But also surprised that the guy was able to get away. Kai then takes a swig and chugs the bottle and begins to start like hounding this guy down, if possible, to catch him.
Yeah, you can catch him. We'll say with your 5 and everything, and actually roll a fortune for me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and make sure you put in 1 die. So.
Yeah. Oh, did I forget? Oh, here you are. I was going to say. 1 dice. Notes.
Yeah, just hit.
Kai rules.
Alrighty. So, this person is definitely stumbling over each other. Like, his own steps, like maybe the alcohol is getting to him a little bit and being a little bit roughed up. But you're kind of... He's also knocking over a bunch of different items. But you eventually catch him, and like, as he like trips and like busts his face like on like a trash can, and like he's starting to bleed a little bit, and he's just like, "Just leave me alone, man. Like, what do you want?" Or woman? Guess that would have been a little bit more appropriate. But what do you want?
Can Kai is going to make sure he doesn't get away this time, and actually just kind of sits on him, but in a position in which like she can clearly like control him by the collar, and just kind of like drunkenly looks down like this at him, and is just like, "You have 2 options before you piss yourself. You can tell me everything you know about this business, or I can knee you straight in the kidney. Your choice."
It's like, I already told you everything. And then, no, I don't feel like keep rolling. I'm just gonna roll a d6. I don't feel like bringing up everything. Just roll a d6. All right, there we go. That's what I needed to find out, because this is not an intelligent choice, as he goes and just spits this bloody wad of grossness, like, and it doesn't like hit you, like, well, it doesn't like smack you in like any of the face, but it just like kind of hits your cheek as like blood and spit is doing. Just like, I told you, just leave me alone.
So it's just gross. It doesn't hurt me.
No, like, he just spit at you, like, just to like, what are you doing, like, and it's just his own blood because he tripped and hit his face on the trash can and stuff, and he's just like he can't do anything right now, except that was in a moment of intelligence what he does.
I see. Kai is not happy about this. Kai just kind of takes a moment and just wipes whatever it is off of her face and collects it in her open hand and just kind of open hand slaps him across the face.
Okay.
And
yeah, like a tooth gets loosed and
yeah,
he goes scatters across the floor. He's not like, oh, I can't get too loud in stupid apartment building, but he's just like, oh my gosh, just like not good, not doing good, and he's getting noisy and all that stuff. She's like, help.
You know what? No, because I guess if it's like information gathering and I'm not getting anything, I kind of wanted to push and just be like, yeah, scream louder. Why don't you? Because it's like, but I'm debating this next move.
How about this? This is always fun. I'm gonna count down from 5, and then you got to figure out what Kai's gonna do. Okay?
Okay.
Because we're in split decision mode. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Elbow straight to the head and then gets off, hoping that it just knocks him out.
It does. Like, he's just like, help, and it's just like elbow to like nose and mouth, and this guy's just like, he's still breathing, but he's just like, and just as Josh was doing, and as you do that, you catch a glint in his like this like glint of metal, like in his like kind of breast pocket.
Kai will say, well, if you can't get anything out of them, just do the job yourself, and just kind of looks in and sees, yeah, look at that, and then pulls it out and looks to see what it is.
Okay, you pull this out, and it is a law enforcement medal of the Blue Coats. And, yeah, it's like, I'm pretty sure it won't say what division, but it's just like kind of, it has that, like, kind of this metal, like, kind of silver metal, and, like, yeah, like, it would have been well hidden if you didn't just beat the snot out of this dude.
Not every day you just get to beat up one of these chumps for free. Kai twirls it around. Well, no, just kind of looks at it, twirls it around a little bit, and just says, keep this as a souvenir, and dumps it in her pocket. And actually, and then Kai thinks for a second, is like, wait, and then looks over around and sees a dumpster. Because like he's still like conscious, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not, he's unconscious, but he's not dead.
Okay. And then Kai looks at a dumpster and just says, guess it wouldn't be good to just leave you here. Hey, you're gonna go night-night. I'm gonna tuck you in. She just picks him up and tosses him in the dumpster to kind of hide the evidence.
It turns out the dumpster wasn't open, so he's just like, no, he falls into it, and it's, and here we go. I'm just gonna pull out a D6 here, so I don't have to keep going through all the things. I'm just gonna roll to find out. Okay, no, okay, it was padded. There was some stuff in the dumpster. I rolled a 6.
Lucky guy.
It would have been a lot louder if it wasn't. But anyway, yeah, so you do that. But yeah, you guys found out all this information. Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Or do you guys think you're ready to start planning?
I was trying to make sure if we have everything that we need. So we like have the layout of the place. We have the layout of the blue coats. But like, Eoin's really concerned about Laszlo and who this person is. Like, so I didn't get who Laszlo was, right?
No, I'm trying to remember who Laszlo was.
Laszlo is the owner of the market.
Okay.
That's who you told us last time.
Yeah, no, you didn't hear. Well, actually, it's interesting because if you remember what the urchin told you, they said Vale was in charge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't hear anything of Laszlo. But, yeah, apparently there's... Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, I think before we do the job, Eoin wants to talk to H, the contact, just to gather a little bit more information.
So,
and this would be like still part of like so Eoin is there and is just trying to like find H and like just get a little more information from H.
Yeah. So
I'll make a different roll, but
yep, roll an action roll.
Trying to see what would work here out of all my things. Because I have to find H, right? Or do I?
Well, determining on your roll, we'll see if wow, I blanked on his name. If Nyrax gave you any tips or anything.
Okay. I'm just seeing if any of the things that I'm actually skilled in work, and they're not. So I'm gonna have to consort, which means I have to roll 2 and take the worst of the 2. So we'll see what happens here. See if we get in touch with H or not. All right.
Yeah. Remember, you can roll anything as long as you can make an argument for it.
I don't think I can make an argument for anything else. The only other thing I could think of is attune, but attune is all about the ghost stuff, and I can't make an argument for finding H by attuning to the place. Like, part of me wants to just go into the ghost field and see if the ghost field works before we even attempt anything. Yeah. But
no, man, it sounds like you want to do consort. So yeah.
Yeah. So I think consort's going to be, even though it's more tricky of a thing, but I think it's what has to happen for this. So. See what happens.
Okay, a 3. So, you remember Nyrax said H doesn't like coming out in public too much. But what you can do is that there's a certain area in Tin Alley that you can like post a message for H to find, and H will get back in touch with you if like, but you don't know if it will be soon or soon enough. But with that, yeah, you don't, like, as kind of the days kind of go by and you guys know that you have to make this job, and like you don't get in touch with H.
Okay, no, that works. Anybody else have anything they need to do before we jump into it?
Let's go.
Veleris doesn't have anything that he needs to do.
Alrighty, so let's set up our engagement. So, once again, for anyone, well, do you guys have any ideas of what you guys would like to do. There's like assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, and transport. I believe you have done stealth
For pretty much everything.
and yeah, which we know how well that worked.
It's our specialty, right?
No, yeah, we just said that's our specialty, which it is.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for this one, it's going to be a bit of a different tactic because we're trying to take over the market, right? Well, I know what Kai wants to do.
Was the whole reason I was completely down for this.
And so
She really wants to talk things out.
Yeah.
And so I think that's probably our, like, we have the inn, so we can get in to where we're going, so we don't have to like stealth in this time. I don't know, Ruto, what about you? Do you think point of attack makes sense for this one, or do you think there's a different one we should take?
Yeah, so Veleris is a hound. His guns have been collecting dust. He's pretty much ready to go in, guns a-blazing.
All right. And that's what we're doing. So point of attack, Mr. D.
Okay. So, you guys are going to do an assault. Alrighty. And then make sure you mark what your item loads are going to be. I'm going to assume. Well, I don't want to assume, but I'm figuring a lot of you guys are going to be either heavy or normal. I just saw what Kai clicked.
Eowyn's going to be heavy for this one.
Yeah.
Veleris is going to go ahead and go in normal.
All right. No problem. And remember, you don't have to mark your stuff off now. Like, you have all those options, and until you're ready to use them, then you mark it off. So
Load affects what?
load, pretty much, it determines how many items you have, but like, pretty much if you go in with a heavy load, people are like, they know that you are like there to do something. Like, you are like, you kind of look like a SWAT team member, like in like the body armor and just like all this other stuff, like depending what you have. But it's like you just have this gear and equipment on that it's just like people are gonna, unless they have a reason to stop you, they're gonna like dude, he or she's going to mess somebody up or something. So yeah, it's more, while light, pretty much if you get caught, it would be very difficult to determine that you were even on a mission, while normal, it's just like, okay, it is what it is. Like, you can go back and forth. But, yeah.
All right. Well, to everybody's surprise, I'm going light.
Ooh. Look at that.
No problemo. So, okay. So make sure you have those all marked off. And let's see. Let's bring up the engagement roll. Boom. Alright, so is this operation particularly bold or daring? I would say yes. Marking that up by 1. Okay, so yeah, your goal is just go in there and take names and heads. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So the plan, expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them with their weakest. I don't really think that one will fit, because it sounds like you guys are just planning to go through the front door.
We're not going to kick down the front door. But when we get to where we're going, it's going to not be pleasant for anyone.
Yeah. Okay, and then can any of your friends or contacts provide aid? There's still potential. So yeah, that's another die. And other elements you would like to consider. Yeah, no, so I don't think there's really anything to think about. And then let's see. I don't think it's a very complex plan. You guys pretty much said what you're doing, and you're not relying on a whole bunch of other things. let's see. I do think for an unknown reason I will take away 1 die. And okay. Yep. So you guys have 1 die. Oh my gosh.
Well.
Well then.
All right. Here we go.
That is a 1, and I know exactly what it's going to be as we shift this music over into our battle stance. Battle thing. So you guys are walking through. Well, I'll ask this. I'll let you choose. Are you guys going through day or night? When are you guys going through? Going to attack the market?
So Veleris
How
knows
about we feeling?
the schedule of the Bluecoats, right? And so
Yeah.
that would be based on what Veleris told us there.
Yeah. So preferably as soon as we convene, I prefer to helmet. That way, Veleris know that there's a chunk of the Bluecoats that are gonna be basically heading to the restaurant to meet Costa. And basically, he's kind of wanting to use that as a way of kind of distracting the Bluecoats to kind of have them be a little less alert to or in tune with what's going on.
Okay. So, yeah, you can know the schedule and all that stuff. So, yeah, we'll just put it kind of at nighttime then. As you guys are kind of walking your way down, let's say, unless you guys have a different way, maybe you guys took a long way around just to not walk through Bright Market.
Well, we have our
Brightstone.
boat, right? So that's probably what we were.
Oh yeah. If you want to take it down into Rosewater, you guys can do that.
Yeah. So I think we would have gone up past the docks, under Bowmore Bridge, and up to where Rosewater connects into like that side of Brightstone.
And you know what? With your critical, you would have saw that there is a landing for like a well hidden landing for your boat in the market. So
yeah, so that's where we would have landed then.
Yeah. Let me just check my notes. Yeah. So like there's like a little like a little alleyway or like kind of this cutout that you can park your boat. However, I'm gonna say like before you get there, because like I'm gonna say the alleyway is like kind of it might be a little bit easier to mark. Like just a little bit past the Gilded Road, right as you kind of go under Penderin Avenue, the bridge underneath there. Pretty much you hear, "Hey, that's the woman who beat me up." And like you look up and you see the undercover cop with like 3 other dudes, and they like point and they just start kind of pulling out like pretty much I'm trying to think if bright coats would pull out a gun or blue coats, but yeah, they kind of see you and they're just like the one like has his nose patched up and everything, and he pulls out a gun and he just looks at you and he's just like, "I got something for you," as he kind of just begins to take aim. But and you know what? Yeah, they're gonna fire as I because you will be in. Actually, hold on. I'm trying to think. No, I think instead of pointing a gun, they're just like pushing like dumpsters and like trash into the way to like tip your guy's boat. So
let's see how that goes.
We can say it's a little bit foggy out and everything, but so like if you and like kind of they're just like literally on the bridge kind of just chucking stuff at you. So if you are able to get away, Eoin believes that if you can just make this turn into if you can make it past the Gilded Road Bridge, you guys should be well enough out of sight to get into the alley, the dock area. But first, what do you guys can do to get out of this situation? There's like, it seems like this dude was like dragging the dumpster that he woke up in, and he's just like, him and his buddies are just chucking it over. What are you doing?
God, I just want to be so forward and just just kind of well, can Kai just first of all laugh at the guy who like she threw into a dumpster first?
Yeah.
Just as a taunt.
Yeah, you totally can do that.
And then like boldly start walking, like, well, because like how in the way are the dumpsters that like they're throwing? Like, would I be able to actually make my way through to them?
You guys are on the boat, so they're like,
we're on the boat. Sorry.
Yeah, they're chucking these like off the bridge. Like, I just made it like just one of them is a dumpster, but like they're like kind of pulling like this, just any random heavy thing that they could find, and just like kind of chucking it over at you.
Okay, so they're on the bridge, and okay. Actually, you know what? Here, let's do this. Can Kai laugh, and then while the bridge is crossing, can Kai actually just jump up and try to get on the bridge? Do I need to roll for that?
Yes.
Okay.
That is an action. So, everything's gonna be desperate right now because you rolled a 1.
What should we give this? Prowess, I guess.
What are you
saying?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well,
how about are you just trying to jump up there and just start wrecking shop? Or?
Yes, that's the goal.
Okay, that's.
I'm not trying to do the most impressive jump ever. I'm just trying to get up there, man, so I can fuck. All right, let's go.
100%.
Desperate. Effect.
Shoot, this is always the thing I forget. Dang it. What's it? I'm forgetting it. I totally blanked out.
Standard, limited, grade,
Yeah.
extreme, 0.
We'll do limited effect. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
Alright. Yeah, no, that's a 6. So you what you can narrate, like you succeed at this. Is there how about this? Describe the first person that like what you do is you like kind of come up and like you make contact to hit them, but
Kai looks back at Veleris and Eoin and just says, "I've got this," and with kind of like a bloodthirsty smile, jumps up to get on the bridge, but just like happens to like grasp enough of it that like she can hang her hands up on like whatever the bars are, and then just kind of slowly pulls up and like reveals her face with a big smile, and gets up there and as she's like about to come over, starts charging at the guy she saw at the dumpster first. and it's like
no.
And it's like, I'll put you in, and I'll say, yeah, I'll put you in that dumpster again, and this time you'll sleep with the fishes.
And so yeah, and you come up and like I just imagine like I don't know. Ever since I watched the original Full Metal Alchemist, I always thought one of the coolest like combat things was Scar, who just like would grab people by their head and like just use alchemy. And, like I just imagine like you're saying this as you're like just grabbing somebody by their head and pulling yourself up, just staring at him.
Yeah,
it's like
I like that. That works.
Yeah. So, so we'll find out what happens there. For you guys, it's up to, sorry, I've lost my mouse. Veleris and Eoin, what would you guys like to do?
So Eowyn's going to just shout a command at the other two that Kai doesn't have a hand on. Just because they're throwing things at the boat and he's frustrated that they're trying to stop the plan.
Roll a fortune for me right now.
Okay.
Actually, I should make Kai roll this fortune. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just one die. We're gonna see how well you kind of intimidated them. Okay. Well, one of them, actually, no, two of them are very distracted. The one that you already pummeled and the one whose head you have, like, in a python grip in your palm, just, like, palming like a basketball. They are very distracted. The other two just didn't seem, like, maybe they're looking to you everything. They're still about to go, 1 and the 2, and just throw, like, this big, heavy barrel over the side. So, yes, Eoin, what would you like to do?
Yes, so before they release it, like, so Eoin sees what's happening, he sees Kai, and he just shouts at the two. He's like, "Oi, you two snakes up there! If you throw that right now, I will introduce you to all of your ancestors who are no longer with us." And then just like, kind of like pulls out his mask and just kind of like shows them that he's a whisperer.
Alright. What action you rolling?
I'm rolling command.
Okay, roll it.
For limited facts.
See how this goes.
Here we go. Submit. Not terrible. Not terrible.
Yeah.
Could have been really bad.
So, yeah, they, yeah, like, they kind of pause and they're like, oh my goodness, like, one of them's just like, looks at the other guy and just like, well, I don't want to see my ancestors. They were jerks. And, like, the other guy's like, yeah, and then, like, his fingers slip, and then it's just like, they lose grip on it, and it's, you guys just passed, like, under it as it, like, kind of falls right, like, kind of behind the boat. But, it is splashing, like, it splashed a lot of water up that is now getting into the boat.
Yeah, like the boat's, like, shaking from it, so it's, like, not really fully controlled.
Yeah. Alright, Veleris, what would you like to do?
Okay, Veleris is gonna go ahead and take his thumb finger and his middle finger, basically put it up to his mouth, let out a whistle, and is basically gonna summon his ghost hunter pet, Crow. And is basically gonna instruct the Crow, you Crow, do the arrow swift. Make sure you keep those guys a little entertained. And is gonna go ahead and have his Crow basically utilize arrow swift to kind of zip in and out of the guys to create more of a fuss and more of a distraction, to the point where they're having to focus a little bit more so on the Crow and are not able to kind of get a grapple on the situation.
All right. So, yeah. Do you? I guess we need an action roll for that. So, what kind of action are you gonna roll?
I'm gonna go ahead and roll up Prowl.
All right. Yeah, I'm desperate for limited. Alright, that's a 6. And so, yeah, at least at the moment, like, between all these different things, they are currently distracted. Like, and they're not paying attention to the boat. Like, they're being attacked by a freaky ghost crow. They got, like, Kai the Terminator coming up over the side of the wall. They had someone threaten them to go see their dead family, like, which, I don't know, that'd be kind of weird. So yeah, they are thoroughly distracted, at least for the moment, but who knows how long. It is now going to be their turn, and I'm realizing, I'm like, okay, what do I roll against this now? So, as I
Dave's got
lost my spot in the rulebook.
Character sheets.
never. It's gotta be just a way I can just do whatever I want.
What's fun, baby?
So,
Do what's fun.
yeah. No, I was trying to see if I could find real quick of like what I could do to see how people would fight. But you know what? I'm just gonna roll. Yeah. So pretty much that guy that that Kai is gripping by the head. They're gonna. It's not gonna be a great roll. It's gonna be a disadvantage, pretty much. Or rather, they're gonna roll 2 and take the lower to see as they kind of fumble with the knife to see if they can stab Kai in the arm to free themselves. Okay, that's 2 5s. So, yeah, they pull out the knife, but it's with a consequence. So, like, they begin to like dig their knife into your hand. What would you like to do to react to that, Kai? Like, is there? I guess if you roll well, like, you won't get harm. But yeah, they're trying to like pretty much just gouge this knife into your arm, and they're starting to break skin a little bit.
Can I do a flashback here?
Of course.
I do technically. I did. So I did go light, but I did also have one of the equipped items be armor. I don't mind doing a flashback to explain that why Kai may be laughing right now and is about to like roundhouse kick the dude who stabbed the knife and tried to stab the knife into her hand right in the face.
All right, go ahead.
So. While Kai was out on her little drinking adventures, she happened to pass by a shop where they were selling armor. Where they were selling like like a blacksmith. And so they've got like armor and swords and everything that was going on there. She happened to notice that it was a particularly busy hour at this time, and decided it would be a cool. And because she wanted to get stuff for her weapon. Wanted to actually try out what it would be like to have actual gauntlets and stuff like that so that you can get used to it for whenever the weapon is finally made. In doing so, she begins perusing some items, and while the blacksmith is not looking, snatches one of the gauntlets and slips it into her pocket. And that brings us to here right now where it's like chainmail. So it seems as if the knife is going through, but it's actually getting caught onto the chainmail, and then she will feign injury and then just smile and then throw a mean roundhouse kick straight to the face. So however much stress I need to take for that, I will, and then if I need to roll, I will also roll.
No, I'm gonna say, well, it sounds like the roundhouse kick will be something that's done on your turn.
Right.
So for this, yeah, it's a fun roleplay thing for armor. Yeah, we'll say take 2 stress, and then yeah, that damage doesn't go through. So
now you're just left with this mad woman still just smiling and laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it is your turn. So you crazy, scary person, what are you doing?
I want this to like hit. Like, I want this to hit so hard that like the other 2 are like scared. I'm gonna do not to be trifled with. I'm gonna do a superhuman action here. So I'll push myself and eat 2 more stress because I really just want to push like the limits of this game. I feel like I haven't. So I'll take 2 stress. Kai will basically disarm the knife, and while doing so, flip around and then just give the meanest roundhouse kick like straight to the back of this guy's head. And if possible, can this kick, since it is a superhuman feat, I want this kick to be so hard that it actually throws off his equilibrium, and then he just falls into the ocean and is taken care of. So we're down 1.
Okay. Yeah, you took the stress, and that's definitely a feat that verges on the superhuman. Yeah, you crack this dude in the head, and yeah, he just kind of falls into the water, and everyone is now thoroughly distracted, not paying attention to the boat. That limited effect has turned into whatever the next one is. But
Standard.
I was just.
Oh, sorry. I was going to add one thing. If they are going to be distracted, because they're distracted by me, correct?
Oh yeah, and the boat.
Oh yeah. So then Kai will just sit there and turn around, kind of like arms like out like this, and just be like, whichever one of you wants to be tuna next, bring it.
Yeah, it's so yeah, they're definitely like they have a threat in front of them now, and also it makes me laugh because I have your character sheet up here and your background is law advocate, and it's like I think we know why Kai was kicked out of the advocate law.
Yeah,
tell the truth.
It's I am. The fun backstory is always just she knows her rights because she knows what someday she's gonna have to end up there.
She knows her rights because she took it from too many other people.
Yeah.
But all right. So with that, yeah, we can say that you guys have made it past that. It seems like Kai is going to do that pretty well, and yeah, Eoin and Veleris, you guys are able to pull into the into like the little cove that's like if Eoin didn't see it earlier, you guys would have just ridden right past it without even noticing it. But from there, you see that there are 2 different pathways. One that kind of snakes to like kind of the north a little bit, and one that kind of snakes a little bit to the west.
And so this is where Eowyn's going to take some stress and do a flashback.
All right.
So before he left, he tossed another coin to Ring and told Ring where to meet them. And so Ring is hiding in the shadows waiting for the boat to pull up. And so Eowyn steps out and goes, "Oi, Ring! Where are you?"
Yes. I'm right here.
"All right, little buddy. Take us to the Vale."
Okay. And he begins going down the path more towards the west.
Yeah, and we're following after him.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you guys head down and like it opens up into this room full of like books. Like it's just this giant library filled with like tons and tons of stuff and just different people looking at books, buying books, trading in books, all this stuff. And he's like,
Nah, this is not what you want here. If you want Vale, you gotta come down here.
and he kind of snakes his way through the path. I'll ask, are you guys just following him all the way down, or is Veleris, is there anything you want to do since you see this area, or?
Veleris kind of wants to hang out in the bookstore to see if he can look up any books on blue coats, just get any information that he can on blue coats that pertains to something that may be of importance when interacting with them in a hostile type situation.
All right. Yeah. So well, roll. And then Eowyn, you're still following.
Yeah, like
whatever.
so Eowyn and like this was a part of the plan the whole time, right? So like, so
It's always part of the plan.
So Eowyn like just gives a nod to Veleris and continues following.
Okay. So yeah, before we switch to there, Eowyn, why don't you do a roll to see what you can find, or an
Veleris.
action? Who did I say?
You said Eowyn.
Eowyn.
I was like, I'm not rolling.
Yeah.
I'm not finding anything. I'm
Veleris, yes.
Yeah, so Veleris is going to go ahead and roll Hunt just because he's still on the gather information stage.
Yeah, and this will be controlled to standard effect. I think one of my favorite things about Veleris is that like there is a mission, and it
But there's
seems
always
like
a side
every
mission.
time he's like, "I'm gonna do this instead." So, yeah. So you kind of head your way over, and you're trying to pretty much find this person, or not find a person, find this book, and like it looks like you find this book. Like you find the section it should be in, but there's like this person that is in there, that is, you know, I'm gonna roll fortune for you guys real quick to find out who this is. All right, so you turn the corner and you see this cloaked person. They're just like bundled up in tons and tons and tons of like scarves and fabrics and stuff where you can't really tell, really can't like ID like man, woman, just or even like if they're from Akaros or Tekaros, or yeah, you're just not sure. But what you can see is that they got like this sheet of like tattered material with a monocle just kind of sitting out there, and this person looks up to you and is like,
Oh, yes, hello. I believe you're Veleris, right?
How do you know of my name?
It's my job. You guys sent me the letter? I am H.
Oh, H. Nice to meet you. Yes, we've been looking for you and didn't know exactly where you were hanging out at.
It's my job not to be found unless needed. And so, what can I do for you?
Well, we are looking for the person in charge of the underground markets. We're trying to get them and basically handle them, if you catch my drift.
Okay, yeah. You guys are going after Milo Vale, right?
Milo Vale sounds like the name.
Yeah, he took out the last guy. There's so many people going in and out. Laszlo, I think that's what his name was. Anyway, yeah, he took him out. No, that dude needs to go. He is messing with the equilibrium of the spirits here. He is just like collecting them all.
as he's, sorry, not as he, as this person just kind of goes through and just like going more and more and more, and just like kind of talking. So it's like, look, wait, I'm doing a ritual. I need your help. You gonna help me with this to make sure that we can secure this place?
I, of course, can help you make sure we secure this place. Back in my hometown, we did many rituals, which helps us with our daily lives and being able to live from day to day. So I, of course, will be a part of your ritual.
Excellent. Okay, this is what we need. And like, she kind of tells you. I keep saying he, she, because I rolled genderless on the table, so it's like that's why I keep getting mixed up. So yeah, like out of this ball of fabric, I imagine it's like Vivi from
Final Fantasy IX. Just like, just a little ball of energy that you don't really see any facial features. But anyway, yeah, this, and you know what? Heck with this. Yeah, it is definitely a shorter person that just kind of comes up to like, I don't know, like your waist and just like looking up at you, just like,
Okay, I need you to go up north into Tin Alley. There's a stall that sells silver there. I need you to put this rune,
and like kind of holds out this like metal, like this copper with like this rune scrawled into it.
It's like, I need you to put this in with the silver in 10 minutes. And within 10 minutes, because that's when I will drop the other rune down in the Opera House. And from there, we will be able to make the connection.
Sounds great. Now, what exactly is this barrier going to do?
It's gonna open everything up, baby.
And just kind of waddles away, just like shuffles away, just like without really answering anything, because you rolled a success with a consequence, and the consequence is you don't know what this is gonna do. So, okay, so we never finished with Eoin, so let's shift to Eoin as Ring brings you through here, and this just opens up to this, like, it's a very well dressed opera house. Like there's tons of like there's carpets. It's like this very like well put together amphitheater, as like it looks like this either rehearsal or something's coming in there, and like Ring is like right there as he points towards this man that is like, you can tell like bald, like very chiseled features, and what really stands out is that he has like this long coat, as he holds this tricorn hat like under, like on his lap, as he's just observing the rehearsal, and yeah, like it, yeah, he's just sitting there. So
is he?
What would you like to do?
So how many people are in the room, Dave?
It's just him, and it looks like someone who's in his aid, not including the person on stage. If there's anybody else hidden, like in the nooks and crannies of the opera house, you cannot see them.
So
mm-hmm.
Ewan's going to prow up to him from behind.
Alright.
And then we'll see what happens.
Yep.
So we're position-wise?
Let's see. He is thoroughly distracted, but there could be some unseen things that you don't know about. So this is going to be a desperate roll for limited effect.
Okay. And let's do it. All right.
Okay. So yeah, you sneak up to him and like what is your intention? Are you just trying to get like as you get up to him?
So
like,
I'm going to get up to him,
harm,
and I'm
or?
going
Mm-hmm.
to whisper into his ear his options.
Okay, go ahead. You get up there and you are in his ear, and you haven't been stopped by anybody.
And so as I get up there, I have my unusual weapon, my bone knife, out. And so my bone knife is on his one side of his neck, and my hand is up on the other side on his like cuff, like on the this part of his shirt, to just let him know I'm there. And I'm next to him, and I whisper into his ear and I say, "This goes two ways. Either you accept an offer for the market, or we take the market." And I'm not even using my right voice. "Oi, you snake! You either accept my offer for this market, or I'll take your market.
Okay, let me just do a roll real quick.
And now there's going to be 35 people who are going to come out of the woodwork. With Kai nowhere to be found. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm doing insane stuff.
It's all right. We're about to get into the insane stuff. So.
Okay, so you hold this knife up to Milo Vale, and he's just like,
oh, how dare you interrupt my show? You are ruining an important event.
and you see this aid, like their shadow bubbles and like ripples as it kind of stretches out towards you as this like pretty much this like shoot, what's it called, this kind of like lizard like kind of shadow version overtakes it, and as this pretty much, you know right away, like you don't have to roll with this, you know that this what you thought was an aid is actually a demon, as this thing kind of just turns and looks towards you, and
exciting.
Yep. And so it yeah, actually, here, let's see what this does. And two. Yeah, so this like bubbling like liquid kind of goes out, and like this like form, like the aid, like which just looked like a normal human, kind of fades away into this like kind of liquid, like amorphous like lizard, as it just kind of looks at you and like the shadow tongue, and Vale's like,
The market is under new control. You spirit lovers are obsolete.
and we're gonna shift to Kai. What are you doing? Fighting your normal flesh boys and girls.
Well, I still have two more to deal with, don't I?
3. You had the 2 people throwing the dumpster over, and then you have the first person that you traumatized, kind of very unsure and backing away.
No, I threw one of them, remember?
Yeah, there was 2. Yeah, there was 4. There was
there's
4.
4 altogether. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much you grabbed and threw the one over that was right at the edge, and when you did that, you kind of, rightfully so, freaked out the first person you kind of, well, conked in the head. So,
I kind of I want to save him for last, because like it's like toying with your food almost. I want to try wreck here.
okay.
No, you know what? No, because we're not quite there yet. We're still in skirmish territory, I think. So yeah, let's skirmish.
Okay. Skirmish away. This will be controlled for great effect. Wait, is there something above controlled?
No. No,
Okay.
it's controlled, risky, or desperate. And then there's like great. I forget what the.
Great, limited, standard, and extreme.
In my head, I'm like, extreme could go either way, good or bad. So we'll just do great. We'll do great effect.
Great vegetables.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, you kind of go and run forward as you kind of just. Are you holding weapons?
Weapons? What are those?
Okay, I'm just making sure. Just it's
Kai
called.
Kai does have a blade, but I kind of want the blade attached to like the back of a heel, So, you know, in case we got into a desperate situation, there's a small blade that's tucked away in the heel, and then there is a sword that she has in hand, like at her waist. But if possible, she wants to use fist and feet.
All right. So pretty much, yeah, you go and you do that, and yeah, you just like, as we said, great effect. You got success with a consequence. So you go and like you handle these two people like very easily. Like if you want to paint the picture of how you take these two people out, you can do so.
And it's just two because like I'm saving the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do this. Kai thrilled after yeeting the other guy into the ocean, or I guess the river actually. Begins to make her way towards, let's say the guard on the left first, and then goes in and instantly like takes two fingers in and just like pokes him straight in the eye, and then like just to kind of like catch him off, and then just straight up like firm straight kick low blow into him, and then will use his now completely distracted body to then go and throw him into the other guard. So like just like pretty much just picks him up like he's a sack of potatoes and just slings him into the other guard, which is enough to then distract the other one. But just to make sure that he's down, Kai goes over to the guard that like just had the body thrown into him, and then like just quickly gets on top, and then just like looks over at the guard that she beat up the night before, and is like, "It's about to be a replay of you too," and then just starts wailing away, just like ground and pound.
Yeah. And so like as you say that, and like as your fist like first punch connects with the old poor lad on the ground, you see that the person that you're threatening pulls out this metal tube, a small little metal tube, puts it to their lips, and blows. As you hear a whistle pierce through the like the sound reverberates. As shortly after, more whistles begin to respond. As the consequence that Kai would definitely put together is there's more coming, and it's not the whatever undercover. Well, you don't know who's coming actually, but something received the call and is coming. And with that, we will move over to Veleris, who was given a copper rune.
Yeah, so Veleris is going to go ahead and head over to the alley in the north. Basically, he's going to track down the stall so he can go ahead and drop the copper rune and mix it with the silver.
Yeah, so I'll let you try to find it first, see if you can find it. So that'll be your kind of first action, and then the next action will be seeing if there's anything that's getting in your way, or if there's anything that you would like do a flashback for that you can think of that would just allow you to find it.
Okay, he's gonna try to find it and not pursue the route of flashback. I'm gonna utilize Veleris is gonna go ahead and utilize Hunt, gather information about the stalls.
Yeah. This will be controlled for standard effect. Yeah, so you see the stall kind of at the end of like kind of the alley that you were walking down within Tin Alley. The problem is that there are a ton of people like in your way. So like if you're able to even get up there a little bit, you can like just get a little bit closer in some way. You can chuck it in there. So, but as it stands now, there's just a ton of people. I feel bad for Veleris because he's like, I haven't shot my gun, it's been getting dusty, and he's throwing runes into silver things.
I'm gonna shoot this.
I mean, there's a way to clear people out of areas quickly, but Veleris is not going to take that option just yet.
Yeah. If anyone's gonna kill people, it might be Kai. But anyway, so, yeah, but you're able to see that there. Well, you know what? Like, we gave everyone like in a big chunky terms. Like, what is Veleris gonna do? Like, how is he gonna get up there?
Basically, now how far would you say is basically the edge of the crowd from the front of the stall?
It seems like they're just kind of like all scattered without. It's just like there's no rhyme or reason or really no like clear path through it. Like there's pockets and openings there that you feel like you can shove your way through if, but like there isn't like a natural flow. It feels like everyone's kind of in standstill looking at different stalls. But it looks like there's maybe there's 4 people kind of just by that stall, and then it looks like everyone else is like about somewhere between 5 to 10 feet away from those 4. Like there's a little bit of an opening there, but there's 4 people looking at the stall, at the silver.
Okay, Veleris is going to go ahead and try to squeeze through the crowd and make his way through the crowd to get to the front of the stall.
All right. What action roll are you gonna do for that?
All right, so Veleris is basically going to do prowl. So basically prowl about transverse obstacles, and basically just try to work his way through the crowd using prowl.
Yeah, and so since she gave you like a time limit of like within 10 minutes or so, and like with all the people, like you're like maybe getting a little bit worried. So this is gonna be a desperate, but we're gonna say no, because everyone's moving back and forth. So desperate for limited effect. A 6, there you go. So, yeah, you just, whether they get it in your way or not, you are just shoving them out of the way, and there's like, hey! But,
excuse me, coming through, out of the way. Don't you see I'm trying to get to the front?
I see a deal. 2 for 1 silver knives. But yeah, you just pretty much just force your way all the way up there, and people are either too worried or engrossed in their own deals and sales to really do anything to stop or to stop your progress. And you are pretty much now there's only these like 4 people in front of you and the silver. So yeah, so with that we'll come back to you, and let's go over to Eoin, which I realize Eoin inadvertently just kind of gets into all the fun things. So what are you doing?
So Eoin is going to attune himself to his Itisdpayne charm that is around his neck. So he, with the hand that was holding the man, is going to grab hold of the Itisdpayne charm, and then he will begin to chant an incantation of sorts, and just try to really what he wants to do is show this demon that they can't do anything because of the charm, but also to show that he is his knife is still to the man's neck, even though the demon is bubbling right next to him, and he's going to chant his incantation of. Let me get to the voice. Oh, you cheeky chancer. There we go. In the voice. Oi, shamano, shamai, shato, sakato, shadamina, shamanabes, la kajana, dos. And so he'll roll to attune to that, and we'll see what effects it has. I don't know, it's really weird. What position am I in? Am I in the desperate
this is
risky?
Yeah, this is definitely desperate.
Okay.
And I'm assuming extreme is just not fun. So this is gonna be, I don't know. Extreme could be either way in my head, but
Well, I think there's extreme and zero, right? So for zero effect is like the extreme the other way, right? It has like
okay.
no
That makes
effect,
sense.
and then you have like great and
limited.
extreme.
Yeah, you're gonna have some effect. Yeah. So
Limited,
desperate
standard.
for limited. While you're rolling that, it's just, I don't know if it was for anybody else. Like, it was funny because Zoom noise gate was like, it's gonna be in your recording what you said, but it just did not like Zoom did not transfer it over, so you're just like blah, 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 blah. Just like yelling, but nothing was coming through.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that. So I got a 6.
All right, so you hold out. What do you think your Demon Bane charm looks like?
What I think it is that it is a piece of a demon that has been killed before, and it has been endued with just like a ritual force, right? Like some sort of ritual has been performed upon it, with arcane implements and things of that sort. And so I'm gonna say that what it is that it is an eye of a demon that has been like crystallized, and so on this necklace charm it like goes through, and so like it is like almost like a black rock is what it looks like now, but it once was an eye of a demon.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like this as you hold it up. It's like, the Demon Bane kind of like activates, and it's like this, like the iris seems to like illuminate with energy as it just kind of slowly turns towards this demon, and like its inky kind of liquid darkness begins to be like siphoned into the charm, as it's like kind of like a vacuum, and it's just like, and then once it finally catches up, it like kind of like just hisses and just like kind of skitters away a little bit, giving you some room as Vale's just like,
that was not expected. But you have no power here. I want to watch Lord of the Rings after this. No.
but yeah, he's just like,
You think you have won since you have deflected my ally?
as he like slowly stands up and puts on his hat.
Well, he still has a knife to his neck.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. You rolled a success, and like that's what he said. He's like,
You think you have won this?
But he definitely put his hat on, but he's
yeah. Yeah.
he just
he didn't
he's not
stand
moving
up.
unless he's taking a consequence for it.
I know it.
Sorry.
I know what he's gonna do. Yeah, he puts his hat on, and like he doesn't stand up. I forgot about the knife. But he's like, as he puts his hand on, like you see his, like he kind of squeezes the top of the hat, and you hear like this, like kind of like metal like tinkling, like not tinkling, but like this yeah, that wasn't the right word, but
Your hat's tinkling.
pretty much,
sir.
yeah. Here, now all I'm thinking about is airplane as he's sweating, and it's just pouring sweat. But yeah, no, he pretty much like you hear like this. I can't think of the right word, but it's just like chainmail kind of sound as it's like the clinking of metal, like small little pings and stuff drops down, and he slowly turns to you, and you see that he is wearing a spirit mask as he looks at you, and is like, all you can see is like his eyes through this dark chainmail, and he's like,
You are not the only one who can see beyond.
and from there we'll go back to Kai. What are you gonna do? You got a guy playing a flute. Well, a whistle.
Kai take a look? Kai wants to look around and just see surroundings. How many are possibly coming?
You don't see anybody yet. Like, it sounds like they're
Oh,
still they haven't come yet, but let me see. Okay, the sounds of the whistle still seem like distant.
Okay. Kai is gonna use wreck here, because I just want to I want to like German suplex this dude into the bridge. Like he obviously has not learned lesson. Obviously does not know who he is messing with. This is Kai Zaya. Killer Kai will kill you. Obviously has not learned and wants to call for extra help. So it's time for the German suplex. It's just time.
Alright. Yeah, you can do this. Let's see if which one of you don't skirmish, wreck?
We're going wreck this time. I feel like wreck is appropriate.
Okay.
This isn't a skirmish anymore.
So, yeah, if you want a bonus die, remember you can take 2 stress and get a bonus die. Or a devil's bargain.
Let's go normal. Let's go what position? Controlled or desperate or?
I think this would be controlled.
Okay.
For standard effect.
Standard. I'll take it.
All right. So you go and grab him, and just Leon Kennedy just stinking suplex him. I need a fortune roll. As his head and neck just smashes against stone.
He ain't flat back in this one. This ain't no WWE, AEW German suplex.
No.
All right. So you do this. There's like an explosion of blood behind you, but like this dude is like, he's still alive, but it's just like it ain't looking good. He's just like he's in like even a worse state, like as like there's a ton of blood and like but he's still breathing, but he's not getting up. So what would you like to do, as all threats are now gone except for whistles?
Can I snatch the whistle out of? Well, because I don't know. Is it in his mouth or is it in his hand or has he dropped it?
I think when you picked him up, he dropped it. So
Okay.
it's just on the ground. You can like it's reflecting some of the electric lights that are there.
I'm gonna kick the whistle into the water and walk over to him. And just grab him, like, well, no, actually, don't grab, no, because, but just like stand over him and go, I know if I kill you, it's 50 years, so consider this a blessing, and then just spit in his face as a receipt for when he did that to me.
Oh, and then he died. No.
It's a girl's thing.
No. Ooh, cooties. That's why he was running away. He was taught at a young age you can't hit a lady. But even if there's one just coming to just like almost borderline murder you.
Can't do it.
Hey, let's look at the bright side. At least he's not in a dumpster this time. But
Bet he wishes he was.
this is a terrible dream. And then I guess for you, are you where are you headed? Are you just kind of just trying to disappear into the night, or what?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if I can, like...
If you want to have a flashback of, like, that would be, like, in case things went wrong, that you could do that.
I could, because now, the boat's, like, way ahead now, right?
The boat's in the dock, like, in like, kind of the bay. Like, I imagine Eoin kind of gave a general, like, you guys would share information, so like you would have a general idea.
Yeah, like there was like
that can also
that like explained the surrounding area.
Okay, let's make a dash for the dock then.
All right, so yeah, we'll do that. Alrighty, so let's go to Veleris. Veleris, you now just have these 4 people in your way of dropping this this rune in the required place. What would you like to do?
Okay, Veleris wants to try to finesse the room between a pair of people to see if he can just slip it on by and have it dropped in, and not necessarily dropped in on top, but kind of have it dropped into the pile to where he can kind of sort of mix it.
Okay, yeah.
Roll away.
Is this still...
yeah, this will be controlled for standard. I forgot. I'm like, I'm just waiting for the roll. Oh. Yep. So, you, well, yeah, you get it in there. Do you want to narrate how it goes, or?
Yeah, so Veleris basically reaches between 2 people and goes, "Excuse me, I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to take a look at said silver," and it's going to go ahead and put his hand up to with the copper rune up to the silver pile. It's going to act like he tripped a little bit, to where he's kind of put his hand deeper into the pile to kind of seem like he's trying to steady himself, and then kind of remove his hand back to retract it.
All right. Yeah, and like I imagine this is like this person like, I was here first. I'm trying to buy some silver, and like the person over there is like, yeah, he was trying to buy, and it's just like you put it in there, and the air feels charged. Let's shift while this, like, and everyone's just like, what the? And we're gonna shift to Eoin. Eoin, what are you? Vale has put on a veil as he looks at you, like, and it's weird because his eyes like are not blinking. Like it's just like it feels like they are just wide open, just like staring into you.
Yeah, so the fact that he is also a whisperer slightly takes Eoin off his game a little bit. Like the knife at the neck kind of like trembles for a second, and then as Eoin steadies himself, he like places the knife just a little tighter onto the man's neck. But while he's doing that, he's using his prowl skill to distract the man with the knife, like shaking and moving, and he'll pull out his pistol.
I pull out my gun.
So he's going to use prowl to pull out his pistol and fire into the man, into the man's belly area.
Okay.
Which Man, Eoin is just falling apart here. So, what position would we be in?
This will definitely be risky.
Okay.
For well, you're point blank. Well, you're trying to sneak this, I guess, a little bit, right? So.
Well, yeah. So he's sneaking it out of his whatever, right? Like he's sneaking it out of the place that it is with his left hand, while his right hand is firmly pressed a bone knife next to the man's neck.
Yeah. So we're gonna do risky for standard.
Okay. Boom. 6.
All right. I'm just trying to see if there's like gun damage. I'm just trying to. Do you have that anywhere? I'm just like.
Let me look.
Yeah, like I'm.
Nope, nothing came up for pistol. Damage. No results for damage.
Yeah, this thing isn't really.
Blades in the dark.
It's a little bit difficult. Pistol 88. Page 88. Is it just? Sounds like it's just an item to get. Let's see. A heavy single shot, breech loading firearm, devastating at 20 paces, slow to reload.
Devastating at 20 paces. Devastating at point blank.
At point blank. Yeah, and you rolled a 6. So, yeah. Well, you hit. And it's devastating. Do you want to narrate that a little bit, or do you want me to?
Yeah. So as he fires his pistol into this man's stomach, like it just opens a hole in. Like, and I'm trying to think of like what type of. So it said it was just like a large round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's just like. Just a big old musket ball.
Yeah,
like it's
so,
just a
right. So
hand cannon.
it's like a musket ball shot. So that thing's gonna like hit in to like his belly area, like right underneath the sternum. So like right through like the intestines and like his diaphragm, like right through his diaphragm. He gets shot right through his diaphragm, and like musket balls are kind of crazy. So I don't know if I need to roll a fortune to see if it goes through him or if it gets like lodged inside of him as it comes through.
Yeah, roll fortune. Let's see how it goes.
And fortune's just 0, right?
Roll 1.
Oh, roll 1, sorry.
Yeah, put 1 die.
Gotcha.
If you do 2, it'll be...
And then we'll submit that. Oh.
Okay. So yeah, no, the bullet doesn't go all the way through. Like, maybe he had, like, some form of armor or something that, but it's just point blank, shot right to, like, where were you aiming? Just, like, chest, head?
So as I brought the gun up, it was, like, right into, like, so I would assume my gun is, like, within, like, 2 inches of his body as I fire, and it was, like, right underneath of his sternum. So, like, right where the diaphragm is where I fired.
Okay, yeah. Now, as you said that, I remember you mentioned it. So yeah, like it kind of just goes, and like he just is like, oh, and he's like holding his chest as like blood bubbles out, and he is not looking good. Like as his unblinking, like he's still like holding his chest, but he's like holding his stare into you. As you hear, like across the room, as I forgot the voice I gave H. Just like, oh, good job, and good job distracting him. As like you notice out of the corner of your, yep. As you notice, like behind, as H snuck around with this copper rune, and just like with a hammer, just embeds it into the wall, and like. The whole underground market begins to be like just starts to glow to the part where like I imagine like Kai gets up to like the entrance at this point and is just like this, like, illuminous light just blinds you, and like, and as like Veleris is at the silver thing, as like the airfield's charged, and people are like, "What are you doing there?" And it's just like, and just like everyone is just like freaking out and just worried of like what's happening as this bright light just illuminates and just floods every little part of this room as the light continues, and even in the opera house, like where it's just even more and more brilliant, and like after like 30 seconds to a minute, it like kind of dies down, and Eoin, you notice that the lizard is gone, the attendant is gone. I need you to roll. You know what? No, roll another fortune roll.
Roll another fortune roll. 1 dice.
Yeah. No, this one 2. Take the lower.
2 take the lower. So 0.
Yeah. Yeah. So 0 die.
Ooh.
You look up, and Vale is dead. And we'll see you guys next week.
Boom.